Welcome to Microsoft Excel 2010, Working with Advanced Functions. This video tutorial is part 2 in the series of Working with Advanced Functions from the Custom Excel Advanced Training that we created for classroom environment. Brought to you by Shiftkey Solutions, and I am Eric Ripley. In this video tutorial, we're going to continue our talk of advanced functions. In the last video tutorial, we did a calculation to come up with the years of service here, and we did a simple formula to come up with the proper capitalization for the last name. In this tutorial, we're going to cover extracting the extension from our office location, and then also extracting the building name from our office location. So in order to do this, we need to use a particular function for our formula. So here in H4, I'm going to click the enter. I'm going to press the enter key to begin my formula. And in this case, it's going to be a right. So I'm going to put the right function. There it is. So I'm going to say right, and I need to indicate which cell I'm looking at, which is G4. Comma, and then I'm going to say how much of the right side of this cell am I wanting to populate and display here. So I'm going to say, take a look here, I'm going to say I want the extension, so it's going to be the last 1, 2, 3, the last 4 characters. This is because each of these, all of the data in this column, the last 4 characters are always the same. It's the extension, so I'm going to say 4. Close that parentheses, click my enter check mark. There it is. Fill this down. Pretty simple, straightforward. Now let's talk about the building information. In this case, I'm going to do equals left because I want to identify the left side of cell G4, which is office location. Now in this case, I want to start a new or a nested function here. I'm going to do length or len. And the reason I do this is so that I can say the length of G4 minus, let's take a look. I want everything of the left except for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, and the blank space is a character as well, so that's 5, 6, 7, and the dash is a character, so that's 8. So I want everything on the left side of this cell except for the last 8 characters, because if we look, the last 8 characters are always the same in each of our cells. So if I do this, and close this off, click my enter check mark, I should get the, yep, there it is. So let's fill this down. There it is. It's going to return to me the first part of our information, which happens to be the building name. That's pretty neat, right? And can be grossly helpful if you're ever working with a large number of data, records or rows or what have you. And this is a wonderful lifesaver, and you become an office rock star for that matter when you can do this. So let's also talk about, I think we have enough time, yeah we do, to talk about concatenate, which is a really great feature. Concatenate combines 2 separate cells of information, or 2 columns of information. So in our last video tutorial we did our proper function here, so I'm going to select all this and just delete it and start fresh. And now what I want to do is combine these 2 names, and I want it to say first name and then last name. So just for demonstration purposes, we're going to do it this way. We're going to do equals concatenate. There it is. And I want to say C4, and in this case I'm going to do comma, quotations, space, quotations, and that little space right there will give us our natural space between the first and last name. And then do comma and then say B4. Close this off, click our enter check mark. Look at that. Open that up a little. There's our first and last name. I'll fill this down. There it is. Real simple, real easy to do. Now of course this just simply combines these 2 columns of information. It doesn't create a proper capitalization for each of the names. There is another formula that can do that though, rest assured, and we're going to cover that in a later video tutorial. Alright, that's all the time I have for this tutorial. Thanks for joining me, and if you didn't know how to do this before, well now you know, and I encourage you to share this information with as many people as might need help in your office or wherever. Thank you, and don't forget to comment.